This video is brought to you by Manscaped, the perfect tool for your family jewels. What's going on? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. We've got iPhone 12 news, new tweaks come to the latest iOS 14 developer beta, and don't expect new AirPods Pro this year. But let's get started with the iPhone, where all the action is at, and the timing of the announcement still isn't clear, but according to Japanese site Mako Takara, the new iPhone lineup won't be ready to launch until late October based on their supply chain sources. Now, the report says Apple's LTE iPhone 12 models will be released in October, while the 5G models will follow in November. And typically, we've seen iPhone announcements during the first few weeks in September, but obviously the coronavirus outbreak has changed all of that. We could still potentially see an unveiling in September, but if the phones are delayed that long, it could be closer to late September or early October. We're still expecting 4 new models, a lower cost 5.4-inch model, a 6.1-inch iPhone 12, and then higher-end 6.1-inch and 6.7-inch iPhone 12 Pro models. And there's been plenty of talk around the removal of the power adapter and the earbuds. It's not official, but it's really one of the most buzzworthy topics around the next-gen iPhones that are going to affect a lot of you. And I asked you all how you felt about it, and honestly, you all felt really strongly about it. CD Fortson III says, "Don't let Apple off the hook. These phones need to come with a charger. I can't imagine buying anything as expensive as an iPhone with no way to immediately power it." CD, come on now. When have I ever let Apple off the hook? But you make good points here, and the final verdict will drop when we get the official word. Inferno9 writes, "Can't wait till they're out of adapters right after launch. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We should have them again in 2 to 3 months." That's funny because if you have to purchase a more powerful adapter, and reports say that Apple may end up selling a new standalone 20-watt power adapter, I could totally see this happening. And then in those same comments, Rob Young, your mama really swept up your earbuds and didn't notice? Or did you just want to be in the comments? Because it worked. And then Ganesan M wrote, "It's the thinnest iPhone box we've ever shipped." Craig. Yeah, this is something that Apple would say. I mean, it's probably what's going to happen. But all signs point to Apple getting rid of something. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there's one way to make it up to you with a braided Lightning to USB-C cable. Or maybe not. Leaker Love to Dream shared pictures of what's believed to be a new Lightning to USB-C fabric-wrapped cable, similar to the Thunderbolt Pro cable from Apple's Mac Pro. And your standard rubber-coated cables, they get beat up. I mean, they get beat up badly. These do feel stronger. They don't tangle nearly as much, and they protect the cable better. And these cables could be exclusive to the higher-end iPhone 12 Pro line. It still does not make up for getting rid of the power adapter and earbuds if they do that, but we'll see how it all plays out. All right, a new Apple battery filing points to a higher capacity iPhone 12 Pro battery than previously thought. Based on earlier certifications, My Smart Price, they broke down what we could expect to see with this year's iPhone 12 lineup, with the iPhone 12 Max sharing the same battery as the iPhone 12 Pro at 2,775 mAh batteries. But recent findings on multiple certification platforms suggest the iPhone 12 Pro 6.1-inch model could get a larger 2,815 mAh battery. But see, that's just a difference of 40 mAh and not enough to make any significant difference in overall battery life. Hey, maybe you get 5 more minutes or so of juice from that. So look, that's the latest we've heard around this year's iPhone right now. We know so much, but we will wait and see what happens. But let's put on our future goggles right now. I think it's more like, I can't even do this now. I think it's more like that, yeah. But if we want to look down the road, let's say 2022. Ming-Chi Kuo reports Apple is lining up new suppliers for an all-new periscope telephoto lens in the 2022 iPhone. And if this sounds familiar, that's because the 2019 Huawei P30 Pro had a periscope lens that gave it a true 5x optical zoom. Samsung's current Galaxy S20 Ultra does as well. Then there's the 2020 Huawei P40 Pro Plus that does even better with a 10x optical zoom from its periscope lens, and we're expecting at least a 5x optical from the new Note 20 coming soon, maybe higher. Apple's iPhone is targeting 2022. 2022. It's the same story if you're an Apple user. just hey, wait 2 or 3 years and you'll eventually get it. Or even 10 years plus to finally get iPhone widgets. But we're at a point where people are pretty much locked into their ecosystem. Really, does this matter now? Because new features on Android phones haven't convinced significant numbers of Apple users to just jump over. I'm deep in it. We all know how strong it is. So let's all enjoy that 2x to maybe 3x optical zoom tops for the next 3 years, Apple users. Yikes. Now, another report from Digitime says Apple will launch the next-gen AirPods Pro in the second half of next year. Yes, now we're talking 2021. The report from Ming-Chi Kuo says the second-gen AirPods Pro will go into mass production in the fourth quarter of 2021 to the first quarter of 2022. That suggests we won't see a refresh this year at all. We know that Apple just announced 2 new features for automatic handoff between devices and a new firmware upgrade to support spatial audio with the AirPods Pro that I am stoked about. And these are really 2 major features that just breathe new life into them. We're also expecting to see a 3rd generation version of the standard AirPods in the first half of 2021. So look, if you're thinking of buying them, I would say just wait a few months for Apple's fall announcements. And then if nothing happens there, which it probably won't, it's really a good time to buy current AirPods and AirPods Pro. All right, developers, they recently got their hands on the 3rd developer beta for iOS 14, and there's a few new tweaks that Mac Rumors has put in one place. The Music app, it has a visual refresh with a new music icon that's red and white. Now, I don't like it as much, but it's not like they care. The Apple Music Apps Library section has been changed. It now has red icons next to black text for playlists, artists, and so on. And even the Apple Music widget, it's now red instead of white. The clock widget has been added, and it now shows up to 4 places from around the world at once. The screen time widget now displays the top apps that you've used during the day, and there's a new app library pop-up when you scroll all the way to the right. Plus, when you do a long press to edit a home screen, a new pop-up greets you as well to tell you how to get rid of your pages. And a new display zoom option for 5.8-inch iPhones like the iPhone 10 makes the screen elements larger. There's also a new Memoji mask added that has this slightly different look, slightly different style. So these are all subtle tweaks, but new things that you may or may not have noticed in the 3rd developer beta for iOS 14. All right, in the patent world, we've got 2 new fun ones. We know that Apple's been working on their AR and VR headsets for a while now. We still don't know which we'll see first, with rumors pointing to maybe 2021 or 2022 as a launch date for, let's call it, Apple Glass. But a recently revealed patent application from Apple Insider shows that they've been working on a concept to turn any surface into a display with touch controls. Now, earlier attempts at interacting with an AR environment, they have required something like gloves or finger sensors to detect surfaces when they make contact, and it just isn't as accurate right now. So Apple's solution in this patent would be to use infrared heat sensing to detect when a user touches a real world object. Then something like Apple's Glass could project controls onto those real world objects when that surface is detected. Now, who knows if this will ever happen? It's just a patent, but it gives us some insight on how Apple is thinking for the Glass project. But we have more, right? What about the iPad and the Apple Pencil? Another patent published by the US Patent and Trademark Office revealed that the Apple Pencil could have a sensor that matches colors from the real world. So why is this useful? Well, it's described as a stylus with a color sensor, and the color sensor would have several photo detectors that can measure light for different color channels and then sample a color from the real world. So if you held the pencil against an object like a flower or a car or any object, the Apple Pencil could sample that color and then put it in a color palette in a drawing program. It could then be used for making photorealistic paintings or just for color sampling anything from objects to colors from designs or existing art. And I don't know how much I would actually use this on the daily, but there are plenty of times where I've seen colors that I want to incorporate into something that I do, and this could be a cool feature for people in those really truly artistic design industries. Again, it's another patent. It doesn't mean it's happening, but I think it's a cool idea. All right, let's say thanks again to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Manscaped created the first all-in-one manscaping kit that makes trimming the hedges safe and easy, so that I had to try it out. It's the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and hygiene to give you the best grooming experience possible. And like they say, it's a perfect tool for your family jewels. Now, I was one of the first people to try out their new Lawnmower 3.0 water-resistant body trimmer. This is it right here, small, compact, really easy just to grab, and I was impressed enough to recommend it to you in my show. It's made with this advanced skin-safe technology. So look, you turn it on. I mean, I I mean, even just going like this, it gets a smooth shave. I know I just shaved hair off my wrist, but it's made with this technology so you can avoid nicks and cuts around your junk. The new Lawnmower 3.0 has a powerful 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology, and just be glad I didn't actually use shots of the lawnmower in action here, or be disappointed. It's wireless and water resistant. It has a 90-minute battery and comes with a USB powered charging dock, plus this built-in LED light to show you places where the sun don't shine. You can see that right there. Now, in the Perfect Package 3.0, you'll get the new water resistant Lawnmower 3.0, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, which I have right here. Also, the Crop Reviver Ball Toning Spray to keep your balls so fresh and so clean. Plus, for a limited time, get 2 free gifts. The Shed Travel Bag, I have it here. It fits everything inside. And these Manscaped Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs for a limited time. They're just really going balls to the wall for you. I made that one up, not them. So get 20% off the Perfect Package 3.0 plus free international shipping plus 2 free gifts when you use the promo code BTONG at manscaped.com, because your balls will thank you. And I don't know if I've ever said the word balls that many times ever in 1 minute until I just did. All right, that's going to do it for this video. You know the drill. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. Plus, if you want to dive even deeper with all these stories and more, you can check out my weekly podcast, the Apple Bits XL, where we cover it all with special guests. But thanks so much for watching. I'm Brian Tong. Take care and be safe. Peace and love.